Hey, y'all. Oh, let's see. We gonna get in the energy. All right, y'all. Beautiful rising, y'all. Let's get into this morning energy, y'all. We gonna see what it is that you need to know most at this time, y'all. Let's get the saging. I hope you guys are having a beautiful morning. All right, we're gonna get ready to get into the energy. Let's cut on my lamp, child. All right, y'all, we're going to get into the energy. I hope you guys are having a beautiful morning. A beautiful morning. Who we got so far? Dominique, Grand Rising. I love it. Hey, Rita. Hold on, y'all. Let me drink my coffee, child, until my voice warm up. I be sound like a man, child. I hope y'all are having a beautiful morning, y'all. All right, let's get into some astrology first so I can let y'all know what's taking place, y'all. So the biggest news today, all right, in the cosmos is actually a massive green light, y'all, for your love life, all right? So Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, right, finally ends its month-long retrograde, right, and is stationed direct in heartfelt Cancer. So if you have Cancer placements, this is going to be very significant, all right? But if things have felt stalled out or confused in your relationships, this is a breakthrough, y'all. See, you've been waiting for this, right? This energy is conducive because it brings incredible opportunities for emotional clarity, healing, and moving forward. I always say, y'all, make sure you understand the astrological transits because that is what allows you to move. You have a blueprint. Y'all, like I always say, we have a blueprint every day for what's taking place as long as you listen to God, your intuition, right? And the planetary alignment. So what's taking place now is very conducive, y'all, to understanding what your heart truly desires. See, a lot of times, y'all, we wait on other people to make certain decisions, or you waiting on a phone call, you waiting on an apology, whatever it is. But today, y'all, is conducive to you moving forward with your heartfelt desires, right? So it's a day to trust your intuition, y'all. All right, so you got to open up to receiving abundance in whatever it is, y'all, right? I'm a twin flame coach, so I talk about love, but it's still your union within, right? And it's still you calling in the things that you desire, and it's not necessarily a person, right? So whatever it is that you desire in your heart, right? Listen today. Listen, Linda. I'm seeing 777. All right, listen, Linda. Whatever it is that you desire today, y'all, is the day to look at God, right? Universe, Mother Gaia, whatever you believe in, and say, hey, look, this is what my heart desires. All right, let's see, y'all. So trust your intuition. All right, trust your intuition today. All right, so I think I want to start with the Soul's Journey deck to get some emotions in the energy first, and then we will clarify. All right. So the energy could be overwhelmingly optimistic. All right. It's overwhelmingly optimistic. All right. So what does that mean? Have a great lookout, right? Have a great outlook on what it is that you want, right? See, whatever it is that you're magnetizing, you calling, you drawing into you, it is going to align with where you are. So you have to make sure that you are there first so we can know where to find you, child. So let me tell you, if you in this lull energy, because y'all, this daylight savings time got you a little behind, or at least making you feel like you're right behind, but it's really not. It's the most beautiful energy, y'all, because now I can get up and get my spiritual bath and the moon is still out, right? So now I always say this, y'all, optimism, right? So something that most people could look at bad, you can still use the same circumstance and look at it optimistically, right? So for me, this time change is great because now kids are still asleep. I'm in the tub. The house is quiet. And it's still dark. All right. So it gives you that peace and that serenity. You get out the tub, come on live, child, and your life be great. Optimism, y'all. Right? Optimism is whatever it is and however it is you decide to look at something. So today, y'all, the energy is optimistic. Great morning, Kim. Great morning. All right, y'all. Let's get into the energy. Let's see what it is that we need to know most at this time. If I take a break, y'all, it's because I'm over here sipping coffee, y'all. All right. So let's get into the energy, y'all. I pray y'all are having a beautiful morning. All right. What is it that the collective needs to know most at this time? Beautiful balance. All right, balance. You're calling in more balance in your life, or there is something that is going to become more balanced in your life. It says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. What does that mean? What we were just talking about, y'all. So as you begin to look at certain situations in your life more optimistically, that is literally how you bring the situations into balance. So whether this is love, right? Whether this is a relationship, whether this is a family dynamic, whatever it is your outlook that brings it into balance. And that starts with optimism. All right. What else? Oh, yeah. See, denial came out and it's in the reverse. All right. So someone could be releasing denial. All right. And bringing things more into balance in your life. Absolutely. Why? Because if you're in denial about something that is true, it's like this, y'all. See, the scales are balanced like this. But if you're in denial and you know something is true, yet you're denying it, now the scales are becoming imbalanced with what you know and what you're admitting to. That's denial, y'all. So a lot of times the denial causes the imbalance. So let's say, right? Let's take your union, for example. If you are your person and you know your person is your person, right? You know your divine masculine or your divine feminine is your person, yet you are saying this isn't gonna work. I'm afraid. I don't know what the outcome is gonna be, blah, 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 right? If you are in that type of energy, what you're doing is creating an imbalance because you're in denial. Because where you going? Because who you gonna be with, right? So it's like those things where you have to look at and say, why am I in denial? Because any denial that you're in will cause an imbalance, right? Let's talk about children, for example. If you know your children giving you hell and you over here talking about, well, I don't know why he act like this. I don't know why she act like this. And you know it's because of either childhood trauma, it's because of crazy mama or a crazy daddy, or it's because something that is taking place. And if you are still saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, that's denial. So now you causing an imbalance in that parent-child relationship. Let's take it to your job, okay? All right. I don't know why I'm so frustrated. I don't know why I get upset every time I come in this building. Because you know that job is unaligned with your purpose. So when you are showing up to a job every day that is not aligned with what it is that you want for yourself, you in denial. What is denial doing, y'all? Creating an imbalance. So somebody, you got to look at your life and begin to understand if there is any area in which you are in denial, then you are creating an imbalance. And now you had to rebalance that situation. All right, you got to rebalance it, y'all. So the only thing that denial does, y'all, it causes an imbalance because you know God say do what? Courage, stop playing. Right? Stop playing. Because you know you have the courage to complete, right? Whatever it is, you know you have the courage to see that job through until you are blessed with a better one, right? You have the courage to face your children and your family dynamic because it's in you. You have the courage to understand your twin flame dynamic. Why? Because they are you. Right? So whatever this is cultivating courage. Beautiful. Hey, love. Hey, y'all. Grand Rising, y'all. I hope y'all are having a beautiful day. Let me sip my coffee. Let me know what y'all drinking, y'all. I don't know what, I think this is a toffee flavored coffee. Toffee coffee, y'all. Oh, sorry. All right. So somebody, this is about your courage and it's about the courage, right? We gonna clarify and see what this is, y'all. All right. Let's get one more foundational card. All right. And then we will clarify. All right. We got, guilt. This has been coming out a lot, y'all. Whatever this guilt energy is, and a lot of this is on the masculine collective, y'all. So there has been a clear divide. I posted something about this on my threads last night, y'all. There is a clear divide that's taking place, y'all, between the divine masculine and toxic or karmic masculine energy. I'm talking about a clear divide, y'all. And it's creating guilt in both, right? Because the karmic masculines who did not rise and listen to what it is that God was telling them, y'all, they suffering. Stop playing, right? They are suffering. So the karmic masculines had to release certain beliefs, and because they did not, they're sitting in this energy of guilt, right? Now, divine masculines who are beginning to accept the call on their life. Why? It's 727. Just hit 728. I love it, right? Because that shows progress, y'all. As soon as I looked up, it was 727, and then it turned 728, which is progress. But now the divine masculine is sitting in this guilt because there were certain beliefs that they had that kept them separated from the divine feminine, which is their inner feminine. What is that? Empathy, compassion. See, the divine masculine cannot come into union with an external divine feminine until they come into union with their internal feminine energy. What is that? Compassion, understanding, right? And now they're in the energy of guilt because they're realizing it was their lack of empathy or their lack of compassion that separated themselves from their inner feminine, which is their intuitive guidance, and you, their external feminine. At the bottom of the deck, friendship. Somebody, you're going to reestablish your relationship, and this time it's going to be based on more of a friendship versus the hot passion. Now, let me tell you, y'all know when you meet your divine masculine, y'all, that thing be hot, 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 child. But it is there in that lower chakra that y'all are meeting. These are lower chakra energies, y'all. I don't make it up. These are solar, sacral, and root energies, y'all. But that's denial and that's guilt, right? So when you are denying the sovereignty of who you are and you meet them in their lower chakras, you sleeping with them, you hanging out in low vibrational environments, you doing all of that shit, right? You are now meeting them in low vibrational energy. It's not to say that they are low vibrational. It's to say that these chakra systems here are masculine, 3D focused chakras, right? And these chakras without balance creates guilt. Where you supposed to meet them, y'all, is in these two, right? What is that, y'all? The crown, the third eye, and the throat, right? That is the sovereignty of God, right? That creates balance and courage. So now I got a good mixture here of masculine and feminine energy, y'all. I love it. So now there is something that you're being asked to look at. Let's clarify, y'all. Let's clarify. Hey, Cynthia. Thank you for joining, Debbie. All right, let's get into the energy, y'all. I got 40-something or 50-something people watching, y'all. Please give the video a thumbs up if you are enjoying the content. All right, this is your daily guidance, y'all. Y'all know we are still in retrograde, so there are still karmic energies, right, that are coming up because there are clearings that are taking place, right? Sometimes it's the revelation, though, y'all. See, a lot of times you may expect a person to show up, but it's not that. Perhaps the change that's taking place in your life is you finding new information that's going to change your perspective. See, a lot of times, y'all, you want somebody to come up and say something. You need somebody to say something. You know, sometimes the messages that you are receiving from the universe, from God, from Mother Gaia, y'all, from all of that is changing your perspective. And perhaps that perspective shift is the only change you needed, y'all, in order for things in your life to change. All right, let's get it, y'all. What's balance? What's balance coming in the energy? What's balance? All right. I got, integration. Beautiful. All right, somebody, you could be seeing 33. So right now, as you have maintained or obtained balance in your own journey, there is an integration that's taking place, y'all. That's the number 33. This is the integration, y'all, of last year and this year. Why? Look at that snake. Stop playing, y'all. And you know we just cleared out the energy of the snake. So what's taking place right now, y'all, is the integration so that you can move into this new year, y'all, the year of the fire horse. But right now is the integration period, y'all. I told y'all this. I love it. I told y'all, we're in the integration phase, y'all, until the spring equinox. See, we have not completely gotten into the new year. So anything from January 1st until the spring equinox is an integration. And it's an integration, y'all, of all of the lessons we learned in the year of the snake. Somebody, it's just a little watery. All right, somebody could be raining where you are, right? But what you're doing is integrating, y'all, the lessons from last year so that now you can move forward this year in what? Balance. Beautiful. So now, right, you are moving forward with balance. All right, integration. What's the next message? Ooh, over the candle. All right. We got, I love it. Sacred space, y'all, and inner journey. Beautiful. So right now, you're cultivating a sacred space, y'all, because you have now I'm hearing integrated your masculine and feminine as a collective, right? As a collective, we have both integrated our masculine and feminine energies, and now you are enjoying your inner compass. This is the stage of the journey, y'all, where you begin to navigate intuitively, right? You don't need advice. You don't need nobody to tell you where you're going. You don't need any of that, y'all. This is the stage in the journey where you begin to integrate all of the lessons. Why? Because this is your inner journey. Don't that look like a compass? Right? So now you over here understanding that every way, every direction, whatever it is that you need to go, someone's initials could be D or R. Dominican Republic could be significant. I'm also seeing ZR. Right? I'm seeing flags, right? Somebody, now you're learning how to pay attention to the flags is also what I'm hearing. See, as you begin to navigate your inner journey, 35 or 21 could be significant. 5 and 3 is 8. 8 is manifestation. 21 is 3. 3 is creativity. So there is something now that you're beginning to understand creatively, right? That you're manifesting for yourself. And now you're learning how to navigate this journey based on your inner compass. Right now, you're cultivating a sacred space. See, right now, you're cultivating a sacred space. And this sacred space, somebody, you burning candles, right? You're clearing your energy. I'm smelling sage now, right? So somebody, you're clearing your space and you're creating a sacred space in your house to cultivate or integrate whatever the lessons are that you learned last year. See, this is your inner journey. And nothing can take place on your external world until you have the courage, y'all, to cultivate your inner journey and listen to God. That's your intuition, y'all. That is a part of the inner journey, is listening, y'all, to your intuition. What else? All right. Ooh, yeah. Somebody, you got healing energy. I love it, y'all. I got to cut my air down. Hold on 1 second, y'all. You got healing energy, y'all. That's what this is. And I just got hot as hell. Hold on. Woo. Yeah, somebody, you got healing energy. I got hot, had to cut on my damn air, y'all. So somebody, the healing energy, a lot of it is in your hands, right? Somebody, you could definitely be into Reiki, or you feel the energy in your hands. Y'all, when I shuffle, I feel the energy in my hands, and I feel it build up and the card pops out. So what you got to understand, y'all, it's the healing energy of your hands that really navigate this journey, right? So somebody, this is about past, present, and future. Past, present, and future, y'all. See, the thing about energy is this, y'all, and that's how I can come to the collective and deliver a message, and it can resonate with a past circumstance, a present circumstance, or a future circumstance. Why? Because energy is sovereignty. Energy is God, y'all. God is what? Omnipresent and omnipotent, in all places, in all things, at all times, right? So God is energy. So do you not feel like we as the collective cannot navigate energy and manipulate energy? Yes, we can, y'all, because God is energy. So when I come to you and do a reading, or if God is delivering downloads and messages to you, it can resonate with past, present, and future. That's energy. Somebody, you have healing energy. Yes, absolutely. Who is that? Deja. Hey, Deja, I may be a few minutes late. I'll let you know for our 10 o'clock. All right. But it said, yeah. Yeah, that's what that is, Deja. That's the energy. Yeah, that's the energy going through your hands. So what you got to realize, y'all, there are certain times in the journey where you're ascending, right? And your gifts will show up in different ways. It was at one point when I was going through another level of ascension, I would shuffle and I would like stutter my hands because I felt the energy in my hands so bad, right, that I'm trying to shuffle. And it would like shake, it would jar me a little bit, right? So you got to understand ascension symptoms, y'all. It's 737. 7 is spirituality. 3 is a coming together. These are ascension symptoms that's taking place. And now somebody, your spiritual gifts are heightened to the point where you can see past, present, and future. All right. Past, present, and future. All right. Let's see. All right. It says, yeah. So now Somebody, you got unlimited possibilities, child. That thing says unlimited possibilities because you've had the courage, y'all. Like somebody, you are no longer in denial about who you are, right? Somebody, you had the courage to no longer deny your inner journey and you created a sacred space. That takes courage, y'all, right? To not be around certain people that you've been around all your life, that takes courage. To shut yourself off from friends and family, that takes courage, right? To stand up and say, what I may believe in no longer resonates with the people around me and I would rather stand alone. Oh, that takes courage, y'all. So somebody, you are no longer in denial. You pulled upon the courage, y'all, to find balance in your life. But don't feel guilty about it, y'all. You shouldn't feel guilty about elevating, y'all. You shouldn't feel guilty about doing what it is that you know to do because now you've created unlimited possibilities for yourself. You've created unlimited possibilities for yourself, y'all, simply because you did not hold on to any type of guilt. And you had the courage to cultivate balance in your own life. This is your journey, y'all. This is nobody else's journey. Nobody can tell you what to believe, who to believe. Nobody can do that, y'all. This is your journey. And ain't nobody died, seen Jesus, and came back, right? So nobody can tell you what your journey is. Everyone's journey is their own journey. And all you do is listen to your inner compass, which is God, right? And navigate the journey in the way that God tells you. That is what the masculine energy is learning. I got masculine energy that just came out. All right. So the masculine energy, and whether this is your internal masculine or your external divine masculine, right? The masculine energy is now healing, following their inner compass. Why, y'all? Because the feminine usually leads the journey. So if you are the feminine listening to me, you are further along than your masculine energy, right? Whether this is your internal masculine or external, because you have to become the sovereignty of God. When you become the sovereignty of God, it balances your internal masculine. What is that? Your solar, sacral, and root chakra. Now you got your confidence. Now you walking in your creation. Now you have set your root, your foundation. That also allows your external divine masculine to do the same, y'all. So whether we're talking about your journey in a singular way or your journey as your twin flame journey, it doesn't matter. The journey is the journey, y'all. So when you begin to understand this inner journey, so is your masculine energy, y'all. Yeah, it's all good. Stop playing, y'all. It's all good, y'all. There is forgiveness that keeps coming up in the energy as well, though. All right. Forgiveness has been coming up in the energy a lot, where the masculine collective are now wanting forgiveness, y'all, because they didn't show up the way they were supposed to. Y'all, yeah, retreat. Retreat. Right? See, at the time that the masculine energy retreated, it was really an integration period that was taking place in their lives, y'all. But instead of them being empathetic and communicating, right, that look, I now have to take this time to retreat, to go integrate, right, all of the lessons that the divine feminine, you have been teaching them. They don't communicate. So what you get? Ghosting, right? You get people that walk away, don't say nothing. I'm seeing an ostrich now with their head in the sand, a flamingo. All of those could be significant. Now I'm hearing the Bahamas. That could be significant to somebody. But they're beginning to understand, y'all, that guess what? The retreat was needed for the integration. Both of you guys needed that retreat or reprieve, because now I'm hearing reprieve, right? Both of you needed it, y'all, so that you could integrate individual lessons. But the fact that they don't communicate that becomes triggering to the divine feminine. Now, let's be clear, divine feminine. If you are a high priestess, you already know what they're doing. So you're not going to let it upset your energy. Would you like the communication? Absolutely. Are you going to get your energy all out of source because they're not communicating? Fuck no. We don't do that, y'all. As a high priestess, you understand that if you're on the twin flame journey, then both of you guys have to integrate. Every time y'all come together in the natural, there's going to be a period that they go back so that you can integrate and they can integrate until you solidify the 3D union consistently. That's why you have the back and forth. And if you understand that, you never go into full separation. Y'all come together, y'all learn, y'all do whatever. Hell, you might have a sexual exchange. Then you go back. What do? Integrate the lessons, the energetic lesson of that time period. If you don't allow your frequencies to get all out of sorts, you never have to go into 3D separation. You allow the space for integration. But when the divine feminine get all in your head and you texting and you calling and why we ain't talking and why we ain't going out and da 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 da, number one, you ain't integrating. Number two, you're not allowing them to integrate. So now you're fucking up the frequency. Sorry. So the masculine energy has now gone into this retreat energy so that they can gain courage, y'all. Why? Because of the guilt. What is the guilt? They didn't show up the way God told them to show up. Ain't had nothing to do with you, y'all. Queens don't demand anything. We don't care. We live our lives according to what the hell God said. When they go into that back and forth energy, we don't care. All right? Somebody, you're going to build the foundation over again, y'all. Yeah. Omens. Ooh, yeah, y'all. Okay, the divine masculine is getting some type of omens, y'all. With this coming up under guilt, I'm talking about birds, y'all, hawks. Like somebody is seeing bird omens or hearing birds. Cardinals could be significant. Crows or hawks. Somebody could be from Atlanta. Now I'm hearing Atlanta hawks, right? Somebody you got on red and white today. But it's like these omens. So now the divine masculine, they have to release the guilt. Why? Because, girl, you showing up everywhere. Your name showing up, child. Your car driving by, child. The synchronicities, 1111, 333. The divine masculine, y'all, are now seeing and feeling everything that you did, y'all. That is the role reversal flip. It has nothing to do, y'all, with the runner chaser dynamic flipping the way most people think. So when the journey or people on the journey say the runner chaser dynamic flips, it does, y'all. But it don't mean they finna start calling you, blowing your phone up and all of that. They are going through all of the things that you went through in the beginning. What is that? Dreams. They showing up in your dreams. You can't sleep. You're tossing and turning. The damn synchronicities. You everywhere. Their name. They car. All of that stuff, y'all. They are now receiving it. They are now receiving, y'all, all of the signs and the synchronicities that you were. And it's allowing them to truly understand the journey, y'all. To truly understand the journey. All right, let's go to the tarot, y'all. I want to clarify. I'm looking for this deck I saw I had the other day. If not, I'll use this one. All right, y'all. I hope y'all are having an amazing day. Let me know in the comments in one word, y'all, how we feeling today, y'all. There will be no live. Y'all know I'm not live on TikTok on Tuesday, so this will be my only live for today. But I will be returning personal readings today, as well as I think I'll use this one, as well as putting content on the channel. All right, putting more content on the channel. All right, y'all, let's get into clarifying. All right, y'all, so let's see what's going on, y'all. What's going on? I hope y'all are having an amazing day, y'all. Everything that y'all need to know about me is always on my website. My personal readings are on the website as well. The Lady Empath 1111.com. Always listen to the moderators, y'all. If you are in the Charlotte area, I will be in Charlotte this weekend for a collective meetup. All right, you got to go to the website and it shows you all the locations. It's a meetup. There is no cost. We just hanging out for dinner Friday night, live music. Saturday, I think we hanging out during the day, walking around. And then Sunday, we're going to do a brunch before I get on the plane and head back, y'all. So I do these collective meetups for y'all to meet me in person and for you to begin to cultivate the experience of your soul tribe. I love it. Energetic, tired. I get tired, y'all. See, the energy that we're processing every day, it is a lot. And this time change, y'all, is real. All right, so you definitely may be feeling a little tired. But what's taking place, y'all, is the energetic clearing. And that's why, y'all, I was in the bed, I think, yesterday. Shoot, I had cooked dinner for the kids at like 5:30. Was eating by 7:30 and was in the bed probably by 9. All right. So definitely I can feel it in the energy, y'all. All right. Let's see. What else does the collective need to know most at this time? All right, y'all. Let's see, child. Oh, Lord. I'm hearing Jill Scott in the back of my mind, y'all. I'm afraid to shuffle this deck. Y'all, I'm hearing Jill Scott. What we got? I don't make it up. High Priestess, y'all. Somebody, your intuition is your greatest gift at this time. You got to follow your intuition, y'all. The high priestess came out first. Yeah, like somebody, you're not recognizing something. Yeah, Six of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, but my deck was in reversal. And it's something that you're not recognizing. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles is in the reverse. Somebody, what is this? You got to follow your intuition. Yeah, Eight of Cups in reverse. Y'all, cards are flipping out in the reverse, y'all, with the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, this is the message I'm hearing. Somebody, you got to follow your intuition because things are not as though they appear. Is what I'm hearing. It is not time for you to move away from something, y'all. The Eight of Cups is in the reverse, but the Nine of Pentacles is in the reverse as well. So I'm hearing God say, do not fall back into codependent thinking or codependent ways of thinking, right? Because there is something that's coming together for you. See, we got the Two of Cups and we got the Devil in reverse, y'all. So somebody, you got to release some type of negative mindset about a partnership or something that you feel emotionally connected to. This is a part of your destiny, y'all. That's the Chariot, the number 7. You just got to plan for it. This is the integration stage, y'all, the Three of Wands. See, the Three of Wands is you beginning to sit there and plan for what it is that you know is already coming, y'all. That's the Chariot, right? So there is movement that's going to take place with the damn King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Don't play. Don't play, don't play, right? See, somebody, I told y'all I was hearing Jill Scott, my man's coming through. We gonna have to connect some other time. Child, stop playing. King of Cups, Ace of Cups, right? So somebody, you gotta, there's a lot of emotions that are coming up though, right? The Eight of Cups in the reverse. So somebody, it's like maybe you are having some type of even financial difficulties, and because you having financial difficulties is making you doubt your connection to the divine or something like that, y'all. But I got the King of Cups to the Ace of Cups, y'all, and the damn Sun. Why? Because the masculine energy is healing, y'all. The masculine energy is doing the work. You are in the Eight of Swords, which is what? Mental entrapment. So somebody, you got to get out of your head, because I don't make it up. The Lovers. Right? You got to get out of your head, y'all. The Eight of Swords and the Lovers. So there is this mental entrapment or mental, right, negative thoughts or something about your love life. Girl, stop playing. The Lovers and the Eight of Swords. Four of Pentacles. This man ain't letting you go, but you in the Four of Cups. Stop playing. Right? He holding on. But you got to change your perspective, y'all. Right? You over here looking like the Hangman upside down in the Four of Cups. Somebody, you doing yoga? Somebody, that's your yoga pose, right? But you gotta change your perspective, y'all, because there's some type of sudden awareness that you need to be aware of, right? Maybe you're not paying attention, right, to what's going on, but you gotta change your perspective because somebody ain't letting you go. Four of Pentacles with the Eight of Wands and the Death. See, somebody is going through their own transformation right now, y'all, and it's quick, y'all. Like this Death and the Eight of Wands for the masculine energy is why? Because of the integration, y'all. See, if they did not fully integrate the lessons that they needed to learn at the end of last year in order for them to move forward right into this new dispensation with this year of the fire horse, they had to quickly integrate, y'all. Why? Because the spring equinox is March 21st. And what you doing? Right? What you doing? The spring equinox is here, y'all. So a lot of them, they're clearing now. They in the gym. They fasting. They doing all types of things, y'all, as the divine masculine energy, because they have to quickly integrate the lessons, y'all. Eight of Wands to the Death. Oh, that's my birthday, bitch. What? I just looked at that, y'all. That's August 13th. Stop playing, y'all. So y'all know I ain't got good sense. I looked at that card. I said, well, damn, that's my birthday. Yeah. So something is integrating quickly in the masculine collective, y'all. Hell, August 13th is my birthday. Yeah. Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, y'all. Oh, and the Empress is behind that, y'all. See, somebody is now understanding teamwork and what it means, y'all, for y'all to absolutely work together to build a foundation, y'all. These are Pentacles, all right? Somebody could be an earth sign, all right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn could definitely be significant, y'all. But this is someone who is very grounded, so they've been moving very slow to build something, right? The Knight of Pentacles, y'all, is the slowest damn knight of the deck, y'all. But this is someone with a big heart because of the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is an emotionally mature masculine energy, y'all. But they were building a foundation of teamwork. Why? Because you're the Empress. Who don't want to be able to give to the Empress, girl? Look at you. You're beautiful. You up here in your whole queen energy. So whoever this is, y'all, they are building something very slowly. Hey, very slowly, but they do want to work together as a team. You are the one that is now becoming overwhelmed because you understand the past life connection, y'all. Six of Cups. See, let me tell you something, y'all. If you've ever done Reiki, All right, past life regression sessions, or you had a past life regression reading, right? And you know with a 1000% certainty that this is your person. Y'all have a past life together. You understand, y'all. God said, remember that card, past, present, and future. You understand the past life, you understand the present, and you understand that you and this person got a future. What does that do for you? Now you get overwhelmed because you understand the past life connection between you and this person. But what you still have to do is balance, y'all, the 3D. And most people do not understand that just because you have a past life with someone doesn't mean that they don't need to work, right? 8 of Pentacles and balance. See, the masculine energy, y'all, they got to be able to provide for you. They have to be able to provide. So many of them are working, y'all. 8 of Pentacles in the 3D. You become their temperance, which is their balance, because they are new on the spiritual journey, Page of Wands. So when you are new on your spiritual journey, you, queen, you become the what? Temperance. You are their spiritual leader. You are their spiritual guide. They look at how you pour into you, and that tempers their energy so that they can move along on their life path, and y'all can create something beautiful together. Right? Page of Pentacles, y'all. Page of Wands. Somebody, you can have children with this person. Or children could be significant, or both of you guys could just be new on different parts of your journey, right? Like maybe your divine masculine is new on their spiritual journey, which is Page of Wands, right? But maybe you are developing something in your pentacles, child. Look at how you looking at that pentacle, right? So both of you guys are on individual journeys, but it's still the journey of togetherness. Right? But it's an individual journey. What seems to be the problem is the communication, y'all. Page of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Oh, okay. Hold on. I heard change decks. All right. Let's see, y'all. All right. Let's tap in, y'all. Give the video a thumbs up if you are enjoying the content. All right. If you are enjoying the content, thank you for any gifts that you guys send. The super thanks and super chats and all of those things, y'all. All right. Let's see. What else does the collective need to know at this time? All right, what else does a collective? Girl, stop playing. Every time I use this damn deck, y'all, this card come out. I can't make it up because this is a soul connection, y'all. Because this is your person. Stop playing, y'all. It says strong, undeniable attraction, a bond that can't be broken, soul level connection, a spiritual force that joins souls together. Let me tell you, y'all, when you understand the soul connection that you have between you and your person, can't nothing stop that. Can't nothing separate it, y'all. And I tell y'all, right, make sure y'all take my course, y'all, the Twin Flame workshop, or buy the manual, right? Because there are 2 types of twin flames, and you have to understand the journey you're on, right? But you also got to understand that there are several types, y'all. You gonna meet a karmic. You gonna meet a false twin flame. If you're an empath, you damn sure gonna meet a narcissist, right? You're gonna go through all of those stages, y'all. You will, right? But when you finally come into union with yourself, you will meet either your split soul, right, twin, which is what many of you guys have, because most of y'all come to me, right? And a split soul twin is the one that you share the same damn soul with, y'all. Where the hell else they going? Stop playing. Where else are they going, y'all? This is a soul connection. But let me tell you, y'all, if big ass IF, right? If you are dealing with someone who just absolutely does not want to do the work, they absolutely don't want to heal, and you ain't seen no progress yet, you know y'all got a soul connection, then guess what? God will send in a monadic twin flame, y'all. A monadic twin flame is one that is still a spiritually awakened divine masculine, and y'all on the same spiritual level. It's just not a split soul. Y'all don't have the same soul. Which means, though, y'all don't go through the push-pull, the runner-chaser. You don't do none of that, right? You just find somebody, y'all meet on that soul level, and y'all do whatever it is that y'all want, right? But you, as the divine feminine, you got to decide what you want. And a lot of times you're undecisive because you're unsure if this is your person. So if God is saying, if you're unsure if this is your person, then how can I bring you somebody else? Will you still doubt me? Right? So all of this is still you as the divine feminine doing what? Being in your high priestess energy. You got to solve the mystery, because now I'm hearing mystery of iniquity. by Lauryn Hill, right? You got to solve the mystery. And that's simply being in your high priestess energy. Somebody's been closed off. And that's what's causing the confusion for you. See, somebody, you dealing with somebody who is emotionally unavailable. It always comes out, y'all. Somebody who is not willing to express their heartfelt feelings because their heart chakra needs healing. You got to be able to see past the trauma, y'all, and the love blockages because you over here confused. Why? If you a high priestess. Let's go uncover her because I'm confused. Why is you confused? If you are a high priestess, God has given you the ability to read your person, y'all. God has. Y'all share the same soul. The only time y'all come to me to get readings is because it's something in the energy that's so chaotic that you just can't read it. And that's fine, y'all. That's what I'm here for. 757, y'all. 7 is spirituality. 5 is change, right? So if you need the spiritual guidance, absolutely. But I always encourage y'all to do what too? Listen to your intuition. I'm not one of these readers that's going to have y'all coming back to me because I'm busy, right? So when I do a reading, I'm going to give you advice. I'm going to tell you what to look out for, and I'm going to teach you. I would rather you not come back to me than to come back to me every month talking about what's going on with my damn person, unless it's a part of your spiritual guidance, right? So somebody, I feel like because your person has been so closed off, it has confused you, y'all. Yeah, it's gonna fuck with your confidence, girl. Stop. Somebody, their silence has actually confused your confidence. Like somebody, you're a very optimistic person, very dreamy person, but because this person has been so closed off, sometimes it messes with your confidence. But you got to elevate above this. Someone you could be wanting to go in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon could be significant, but this is you elevating also in your confidence, y'all. Because why? Your divine masculine is the one who gives you the confidence to understand, yeah, this person is mine, and they ain't going nowhere, right? Your king is the one that actually, y'all, instills more confidence in you. Why? Because they are your masculine energy. You are their feminine energy, right? So when you get with your true king, girl, your confidence be at an all-time high. Your aura, y'all, is so damn magnetic because people are drawn to you because of your masculine energy, y'all. What's that? Your confidence. The divine feminine becomes magnetic because now you're exuding a level of confidence. But that confidence, y'all, is your masculine energy. So whether that is your internal masculine or your external masculine, if you are in union, that is where your confidence comes from. You have to change your perspective because somebody, your emotions are at an all-time high with this moon energy. You got to see past some type of an illusion right now because this is on your energy. You got to see past some type of an illusion. Yeah. Somebody, your person could have just gotten disappointing news. Yeah. And sometimes, y'all, people will pull back, right? There could definitely be something going on with this disappointing news. Somebody could have just lost their job, y'all. Somebody's at the end of their rope, child. They are, right? But whatever this is, I feel like you could actually be picking up the emotions of your person, y'all, in your dreams. Like I see somebody here dreaming, right? And with this disappointing news on the masculine energy, I feel like somebody, your person is in a whirlwind of emotions right now because they've had a lot of unexpected disruptions and plans in their life. And because of that, their emotions are at an all-time high. You could definitely be picking up somebody else's emotions, y'all, because you and your person share an energetic field. Yeah, because they going through a rebirth and you feeling it. Stop playing, queen. Stop playing, y'all. Somebody, your person is going through a rebirth and you feeling every bit of it, y'all. Resurrection, revival, renewal. Like you are feeling every bit of this rebirth that they are going through. And what you got to realize, y'all, is, yeah, stop playing. That thing says, yeah. And see, somebody is now understanding, woo, somebody, you got a king that got manipulators around them. This could be a friend. This could be family, y'all. But somebody is a manipulator, and your person is now understanding that they carry the burdens of whatever this situation is. This could be somebody's friend. Somebody has been carrying the burden. Yeah, and this isn't your person. What's this manipulator energy? Yeah. Your person see that shit. Stop playing. Third eye. Somebody's third eye. Somebody going through a third eye awakening and beginning to connect with their higher self, and their spiritual insight now is beginning to somebody intuitive guidance. And now the divine masculine has been understanding that they've been carrying some type of burdens of manipulators around them, y'all. Yeah, somebody's third eye is all the way open, y'all. Yeah, somebody's journaling. This could be you or your person doing a lot of self-reflection, healing. Yeah, secrets, girl. The secrets is in the reverse, y'all. The secrets is out the bag. Somebody done seen it all. Vision. Like somebody has seen it all, y'all. Secrets is in the reverse. Vision is here. Somebody is now just trying to keep their head above water, y'all. It's crazy, y'all. I told y'all I had a dream the other night that I was in the ocean swimming and that I was doing a backstroke, right? And when you look at that, because I can interpret my own damn dreams, y'all, I can't even swim, right? But I was in the ocean and I was swimming my ass off, but I was doing the backstroke. And that is very significant, y'all, because when you on your back, what? Your head is above water. There is no threat, y'all. Like I was just swimming my ass off and I can't even swim, right? But that was freedom, right? That was freedom. That was feeling safe, right? That was the ocean, right? That was a vast area, right? That is your territory, right? Being broadened, right? And you feeling safe. Somebody is in recovery, y'all, because their head is above water. Yeah, this is harmony, at peace, y'all, emotional balance. Somebody is now their third eye is open, and whether this is you or your person's, somebody's third eye is open. They having visions, y'all, and now they are gonna recover, y'all. Somebody, this is gonna end in peace. This is gonna be shit. Me is gonna end in peace. What I say? This gonna end in peace. Wedding rings, y'all. So whatever this is that you or your person is going through right now, all you got to do, Queen, is change your perspective. Right? All you got to do is change your perspective because someone has been carrying a lot of burdens. There is a manipulator in the energy shit. Gossip keep wanting to show at the bottom of the deck, but that's in the reverse. So somebody, your person wants to give you a token of love and appreciation. Yeah, marriage is the end goal. Somebody just wanted to make sure that they made the best choice before they took action. Yeah, like this person will rather see you single than to come towards you and not be what it is that you deserve is what I'm hearing. Yeah, somebody they wouldn't. Like this is somebody who, yeah, stop playing. They had to grow up. Girl, the thing say maturation. Because this is somebody who, I'm telling you, they wanted to make a wise choice, y'all. This is somebody who would rather see you single, right? Or they be single if they're not ready for a commitment so that they can work on their own self-growth and improvement, y'all. Somebody wanted to secure their financial wealth and independence. That is what a real king does. Stop playing, y'all. A real king is mature and they are going to make sure that their money is right, that they can provide for the queen. And if y'all want a peasant broke karmic, then go get one. But if you want a king, that joker probably working. Why? Because you the queen. And you over here like this. He don't want you to work unless you have to. He don't want you to get your hands dirty unless you desire to. He wants to be the ultimate protector and provider for you. And whatever you do is on you. Y'all, I'm telling you, I watched Blue Therapy on Netflix. I watched Blue Therapy, y'all, and I love that damn show. It was only one peasant on there. Out of all of the couples that came up, y'all, I only identified one peasant, and that was the same sex couple, because that damn girl was cheating and all kind of shit. That's stupid, right? But all of those kings that were on that show, these were men, y'all. These men had jobs, they had businesses. Every woman that was on that show was complaining about time. I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't agree with that. I done been with some broke motherfuckers, okay? I done been with people that did not work. So if my king gotta work, go work, sir. Right? Because you know what it's like to be with a motherfucker that won't work, that won't get a job, that won't provide, that don't want to do nothing. And that whole show, everyone on there, maybe it was two that was kind of in that peasantry, now that I think about it, right? But all of them other men, they were kings. I'm talking about running businesses, running companies, taking care of home. The woman ain't had to work unless she wanted to. And every woman was complaining about working. Everyone. But let me tell you, if you get your own damn life, you ain't got to complain about that. If you go find your own friends, get your ass out the house and get a life, you ain't complaining that they working. Now, you will say, hey, love, slow your ass down and take me on a date night, right? But you're not complaining about that. So if your major complaint is he working all the time, get a life. If you had a life, you wouldn't be worried about what he doing. Simple. Simple. My life is so full of what? Travel. Hello. My life is so full of travel that I ain't complaining that my king work all the time. He just do. So I just occupy my own damn self. What the fuck, right? Travel, y'all. Why? Because the masculine, they have experienced setbacks, y'all. They have experienced setbacks. So when they going through their setbacks, you have to do what makes you feel happy. Go have a change of scenery, right? Ascend to the next level, y'all. And that's why I feel, right? That's why I feel, right, that you have to be able to provide for yourself. You got to be able to do for yourself, y'all. You got to be able to experience new things in new places on your own. And sometimes what you're trying to do is escape your past. But what if you're supposed to be sitting in the energy and enjoying your life? Many of the masculine energy experience setbacks, y'all. And what you got to understand is that compassion, judgment is here, y'all. God is always going to step in and take care of whatever. The final decision is never yours. That shit's God. Right? That shit's God, right? Judgment, that's God. So whether your person gets it together or not, y'all, whether your person does the right thing or not, what you are doing as the feminine energy, you discovering yourself. You're discovering who you are at a deeper level. And whatever you discover along the path, whoever is supposed to be with you, they will be in whatever capacity you desire. You the queen. Hello. Right? You the queen. So when you realize that this is about you, not them, then you discover who you are. All right. So somebody, you going to find your way forward, right? And there is power in your own self-awareness, y'all. And when you become more self-aware, guess what? So does your person, right? So does your person. So I don't know, y'all. I feel like you finna discover something. Even if you and this person are separated, because I got separation at the bottom of the deck. So if you and this person are separated, y'all, I feel like you're going to discover something. Or guess what? You've discovered more about yourself, right? The whole journey, y'all, is the journey to self, right? The twin flame journey is you discovering your own inner masculine and feminine energy. And whatever you get on the other side of that journey, oh, that shit's gonna be wonderful regardless, y'all, because this is your journey. All right, anything else? Woo, somebody, you got a confession. That shit popped out. All right, somebody, you got a confession coming. Somebody's ready to come clean, or they want to right their past wrongs, child. I don't know, girl. It says expressing your heartfelt feelings and emotions. Somebody may be bringing you flowers, y'all. I don't know. Somebody wants to confess something. What is that? Yeah, because this shit's been in disorder, y'all. Stop playing. Somebody, look, that thing say disruption of peace, y'all. Somebody, your whole peace has been disrupted, y'all. You've been going through a difficult time. Yeah, and you have been oblivious. Why? Because we don't care, y'all. When you over here like this, you over here discovering your life. You over here talking about, oh, okay, right, what had happened? Oh, wait, we need to talk. Wait, what? We need a conversation. Girl, you be so in your own life that you be oblivious to what the hell going on with them. Because who the hell got time for that, y'all? Somebody wants to come in and come clean. Yeah, run away, y'all. Somebody was running away. I heard runaway bride, y'all. Hey, I'm seeing that actor. Is it Kevin Costner? Who's in Runaway Bride? I'm seeing that actor, y'all. I think it's Kevin Costner. All right, y'all. Let's see. All right, I want to get you guys some advice. We getting ready to end out. I want to get 2 types of advice. All right, so let's get you some love advice, and then let's get you some collective advice for the day. I got to get ready to take my baby to school, y'all, so y'all know I get off about 8:15 or so. All right, so let's get love advice, and then we will get collective advice to carry on your day. All right, y'all, thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in to the live. All right, tapping in, tuning in to the live. All right, let me clear some of this up. I don't want to get my stuff all mixed up. All right, guys, I hope y'all are having an amazing week so far, y'all. All right, we got a new moon coming up next week. All right, spring equinox is coming up, y'all. There are major shifts that are taking place astrologically. All right, karmic clearings are taking place, y'all. So again, if you finding out stuff by people, child, it's divinely orchestrated. If you got people that's trying to reach out and apologize, it's up to you if you answer the phone or not, y'all. If you don't need closure with people, then you ain't got to answer your phone. You over here talking about why you calling me, right? Don't even answer your phone. If you don't need closure, then you ain't got to answer your phone, y'all. You do what best suits you, y'all. It's retrograde. Do not make any major decisions in your life about your love life, about your partner. Don't do none of that shit right now, y'all. It's retrograde. All you got to do is be intentional, right, about your life and what it is that you desire. All right, let's get you some love advice. All right, let's get some love advice, y'all. All right, my next live will be here tomorrow morning at 7:15, and then I will be on TikTok tomorrow. I just haven't decided if I'm gonna do a tonight's conversation or a morning, so always watch my story on TikTok. All right, what is the love advice for the collective? All right, love advice, y'all. Yeah, be gentle. All right, soft whispers of affection make love bloom. So for the divine feminine, I hear this, right? If you are in conversation or communicating with your person, be gentle, all right? Be tender, because there is an underlying energy of guilt and courage, right? So it's gonna take courage, y'all, for somebody to come towards you. So meet them with tenderness. If your person has the courage, y'all, to come forward and speak something, meet them with tenderness. Don't nobody want to be all me. Nobody want to be scared to talk to your ass, right? Meet them with tenderness, y'all. Why? Because time heals. So whatever this time that y'all have been apart is, this time has been healing for the both of you guys, right? For the both of you guys. So now you understand that people need time and space, y'all. The masculine has to grow, and so do you. You can't be all up in each other energy 24/7 when growth is taking place, because you stunt the growth, y'all. I'm seeing a shadow. So it's like you covering up what the hell you done planted, y'all. Number one, if it can grow under the shadow, it's gonna stop right here, right? But if you remove yourself, guess what? It can grow up, y'all. So somebody, there's an honest conversation that's going to take place. And I see mature here again, y'all. Somebody, you could be seeing 10-10 a lot, right? But somebody just needed to grow, y'all. That literally, time heals. It creates maturity. Honesty, y'all. You just have to be patient and give time a chance to work its magic. All right, advice: set clear boundaries. Set clear boundaries, y'all. It says again, awareness, healthy control. Set clear boundaries, y'all. Don't let people treat you any kind of way. If someone cannot show it for you the way that you desire them for, just set boundaries. All right, simple. All right, one more, and then I'm gonna get your regular advice. All right, spiritual advice. All right, loyalty. Y'all, this person is loyal, and y'all are loyal as well, y'all. Loyalty. And that's why I say be careful with retrograde, y'all. Yeah, it says true love and devotion, standing by each other through thick and thin. Beautiful. All right, let's get your spiritual guidance, all right, for today, and then I'm out of here. I pray y'all have a wonderful day, y'all. All right, I pray y'all have a wonderful day. All right, what is the collective advice for today? Ooh. All right, we got find ways to lighten up and take hold on. Find ways to lighten up and not take everything so seriously. All right, lighten your energy today, y'all. I'm telling you, because of retrograde, because of these back-to-back solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, retrograde, child, new equinox, all the 6 planetary alignment. Y'all see the foolishness that's taking place in the news, y'all. I don't even really watch the news like that, but when I do, I just say, oh, yep, that's what the planet said was gonna happen. Right? If you listen to astrology and God, y'all, you got a whole blueprint to your life every day. Your intuition and astrology. I told y'all there's only 2 things that God made: man and the universe and stars, right? That is you, person, and the universe and stars, right? So astrology and your intuition is always going to guide you, y'all, always. So even when you see the tomfoolery that's taking place on the news, you already know. Right? It says a little bit of faith goes a long way. Remember that, y'all. A little bit of faith, it goes a long way, y'all. All right. It says look around and find some signs. The universe is speaking to you. All the signs, all the synchronicities, all the downloads, y'all. Listen, because God is always speaking. Sometimes you just the way you looking for God to speak ain't the way that God's speaking. All right. So sometimes you got to listen. It could definitely be through music, y'all, because there's a guitar on this car. Someone, you could be a musician or you could be heavily into music. God speaks to you through music. You got to listen. All right. It says, when you find something that excites you, go all in and enjoy the ride. Say that shit, y'all. When you find something that you enjoy, go all in, y'all, and enjoy the ride. You ain't got but one life. You might as well live it. All right. Your final message, y'all. It says, do something kind for someone without any expectation. All right. Do something kind, y'all, today for someone. Hell, even if you that someone, right? Do something kind today with no expectation. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. I got to take my baby to school. I pray y'all have an amazing day. Again, everything y'all need to know about me is on my website. I will be in Charlotte this weekend. All right, if y'all want to meet me in Charlotte, go to the website, RSVP, so I can know who I'm looking for, right? And on Discord, we will be communicating. All right. So if you have a question, hey, I'm here, I don't see y'all. So make sure you join us on Discord, because that's our chat, right? So that we can keep in contact when we having these meetups and events, y'all. All right. So I got Charlotte this weekend, and then I have Atlanta at the end of the month. All right. And then we have Tampa in May. All right. Purchase your 31 Days to Harvest ebook. That's on my website. That is still there, as well as your Twin Flame Journey manual, right? That my Twin Flame is a manual for you to understand the journey of twin flames and where you are in that process. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. Love and light, y'all. The Lady Empath, 1111. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. Thank you, Rita. Best moderator around, girl. Deja, if you still on, we got a 10 o'clock. If I'm late, I'll let you know. All right, y'all. Have a blessed day.